Imagine owning a cabin deep in the woods, your safe place, your retreat. Now imagine some entitled HOA president barging in, claiming your cabin is hers to use for the weekend. Sounds insane, right? Well, it happened to me. I told her no. She told me, "You'll regret this." And the next day, I had police sirens in my driveway. But what Karen didn't know is that I don't fold easy, and her little game was about to explode in her face. I had spent years building my log cabin on the edge of Pinecrest Lake. It wasn't just a house, it was freedom. After 20 years in the Navy, I wanted quiet mornings, a cup of black coffee on my porch, and the sound of wind in the trees. The HOA didn't like people like me. I wasn't one of their clique. I didn't attend their wine socials, I didn't pay their overpriced landscaping fees, and I sure as hell didn't ask permission to hang a flag on my porch. The HOA president, Karen Whitaker, had been after me since the first day I moved in. Tall, bleach blonde bob haircut, oversized sunglasses, she thought she was the queen of the entire neighborhood. It was a Thursday morning when she showed up. No knock, no greeting. She marched up the steps of my porch, clipboard in hand. "Mr. Walker, I need you to vacate your property for the weekend. The HOA has scheduled our annual retreat, and your cabin has been designated as our venue." I almost spit my coffee out. "Excuse me? My cabin is not for rent." She tilted her head with a smug smile. "Oh, don't be difficult. You'll be compensated. $50 for the weekend. We've already printed the flyers." I laughed in her face. "This isn't a motel, lady. Get off my porch." Her smile vanished. Her jaw clenched. "You'll regret this. No one says no to the HOA." By evening, I started noticing cars slowing down in front of my property, strangers staring at my cabin. Karen had apparently listed it online as the HOA Weekend Retreat Lodge. Friday morning, I woke up to the sound of voices. A realtor was literally touring my front yard with a group of people. I stormed outside. "What the hell is this?" The realtor looked confused. "This is the property for sale, isn't it?" "No, it's mine." That's when I saw Karen's smug little face peeking from across the street, arms crossed. She mouthed, "You'll be gone soon." Saturday morning, I was splitting firewood when I heard the sound of sirens. 2 sheriff's cruisers pulled up my driveway. Karen was right behind them, pointing at me like I was some criminal. "That's him. He's trespassing in the HOA lodge. Arrest him." The deputies looked confused. One approached me cautiously. "Sir, we've had a report of unlawful occupancy. This property is allegedly owned by the HOA." I handed him my deed and ID. "This is my house. Built it myself. HOA has nothing to do with it." Karen screamed, "Lies! He forged those papers. He's dangerous." The deputy looked annoyed. "Ma'am, unless you can provide actual evidence, this man is free to go." But Karen wasn't done. She pulled out her phone. "Fine. If the sheriff won't help, I'll escalate. My lawyer is on his way." An hour later, Karen returned with a full entourage. Her lawyer, a couple of HOA board members, and a cameraman she probably hired to document the eviction. They stood at my gate, shouting for me to surrender the cabin. That's when I made my move. I opened the gate, stepped out calmly, and addressed them loud enough for the whole street to hear. "This is my property. You're trespassing. If you don't leave now, I'll be the one calling the cops for harassment, attempted fraud, and criminal trespass." Her lawyer whispered something to her, clearly nervous. But Karen exploded. "You think you're safe because you're some tough ex-military guy? You're nothing. This cabin belongs to the community, and I'll drag you out myself if I have to." She actually lunged forward, and that's when the sheriff's cruiser came around the bend. The deputy who had been here earlier stepped out, shaking his head. Ma'am, we've received multiple complaints today about your harassment and false reports. You're under arrest for filing a false police report and trespassing. The look on Karen's face? Priceless. She screamed, kicked, and even tried to swing at the deputy as they cuffed her. Her HOA goons scattered like cockroaches. I stood there, arms crossed, watching as she was shoved into the back of the cruiser. Before the door closed, she locked eyes with me and hissed, "This isn't over." But for now, it was. The HOA board scrambled to distance themselves from Karen. Within a week, she was stripped of her presidency. My neighbors, once afraid to stand up, started thanking me for exposing her. And me, I went back to my porch, sipping coffee and peace again. But every time I hear tires crunching on my gravel driveway, I can't help but smile, remembering the day Karen thought she could steal my cabin and ended up in handcuffs instead. So, what do you think? If the HOA tried to take your house for the weekend, how would you handle it? Would you stand your ground like I did? Or would you have gone nuclear with lawyers right away? Let me know in the comments. I read every single one. If you enjoyed the story, don't forget to like the video and make sure to subscribe for more insane HOA revenge stories just like this. Trust me, the next one is even crazier.